Hi children, good morning everybody. How are you all? I hope all of you are well. What is well with you know? Yes. Get set ready. And in the previous class we have seen that a short monsoon diary. During the season of monsoon, the writer Ruskin Bond sat in one of the corners of his room and started writing his diary. And we have seen that June 24th and 25th, what all the instances took place with him. And he really enjoyed the season of monsoon. And the next page of Ruskin Bond, we have started learning today. Shall we start? Let us all come to page number 114 from your textbooks. Open up page 114. It's the day June 27th. On 24th and 25th, there was a fall of mist and nothing could be seen on 25th. And 24th is the first day of the monsoon. And here we can see the cobra lilies started blooming on the walk side, on the way to post office. We have seen it, but let us come to June 27th. What has happened? The rains have heralded. Kindly underline the word heralded means arrived. What does it mean by heralded? Arrived. The rains have started or arrived. The arrival of some seasonal visitors, a leopard and several thousand leeches. Yesterday afternoon, the leopard lifted a dog from near the servants' quarter below the school. In the evening, it attacked one of the Biju's cows but fled at the approach of Biju's mother, who came screaming imprecations. Kindly underline the word imprecations means curses. The rains started, and whenever the rains or started arriving, there are certain visitors usually get into the village. What are those? Especially a leopard and several thousands of leeches. Do you know what does it mean by leech? Leech is a kind of annelid. Leech is just like snail only. I think you might have seen snail. It is leech. In Telugu we say jalada. Okay. So whenever the monsoon season arrives, these leeches started getting into the houses or they started moving around, and some thousands of species of leeches can be seen. And leopards usually get into the village because they usually take away small several animals which are being growing at home as pets. Domestic and pet animals are usually taken away by these leopards. Yesterday afternoon, the leopard, yesterday means on June 26th, in the afternoon, leopard lifted a dog. What does it mean by lifting a dog? Taking away the dog from near the servants' quarter below the school. Below the school there is servants' quarter. In the servants' quarter there is a pet dog. That pet dog was lifted by a leopard. In the evening, it had attacked Biju's cows. Biju, there is a man. That one of the cows was being troubled by a leopard, but the very next moment that Biju's wife maybe, one of the Biju's cows that fled at the approach. Flee, fled. F-L-E-E, flee, F-L-E-D, flee, fled, and B3 is also fled, fleeing, flees. Flee, fled, fleeing, flees. And that's been, just gone away, and it's been escaped because here Biju's mother started screaming so loudly, using imprecations. What does it mean by telling out the imprecations? Means that she started cursing the animal. Maybe she started abusing the animal leopard, then the leopard ran away. Especially we always think that animals, we have a great fear of animals, but equally animals of humans. Whenever we humans started screaming or shouting at them, they also get afraid of us. They also will get scared of us. They get scared of us. As for the leeches, I shall soon get used to a little bloodletting every day. As for the leeches, usually the leeches used to harm him. Whenever the leech is sticking to him, leech is a blood sucker. What is leech? Leech is a kind of animal. It's an annelid, I said. Annelids or come under earthworms family. Annelida, annelids. We call them as annelids. Leech is a kind of annelid. It usually sucks the blood from all the animals as well as humans too. And here Ruskin bone used to get hurt by leech. So much of blood is letting out every day. Other new arrivals or the scarlet, mini-wits, the females are yellow. Flitting silently among the leaves like brilliant gems. So whenever he looks at the tall trees, these trees are ornamentally designed. They are looking so beautiful with jewels like birds. What are those? Scarlet mini-wits. This is a kind of species of bird. It is usually red in color. But females are usually appears yellow in color. And flitting silently. What do? They started flitting silently. Flitting is nothing but quietly they will be sitting on the branches of tall trees among the leaves like brilliant jewels. Through green trees, these red and yellow colored mini birds are looking like jewels. How the jewels usually gets a kind of ornaments for humans in the same way. It is compared to jewels. The color of these mini birds are compared to jewels. No matter how leafy the trees, these brightly colored birds cannot conceal themselves. No matter how leafy the trees, even the trees have leaves, they cannot hide themselves. Conceal means hide. What does it mean by conceal? To hide. They wanted to hide themselves behind the green leaves of the trees, but they cannot hide themselves. Why you know? They look so beautiful with the brightly colored feathers. Female mini birds. The female mini birds have yellow in color. The feathers color is yellow, and the male ones appear red in color. No matter it's them. Although by remaining absolutely silent, even if they occupy the space on the tall trees, they'll be hiding behind the green leaves. Even then, they always keep quiet, but they sometimes contrive to go unnoticed. What do? They contrive unnoticed. Here it is given, scarlet mini-wit is a bright red bird like a cuckoo. It's a songbird. Cuckoo is a songbird. Myna is also a songbird. Some parrots, some species of parrots are also songbirds. Just like that, this cuckoo. They are just like cuckoo, mini-wits. And sometimes contrive to go unnoticed. They come and move away from that place because they always keep quiet. They never, cuckoos, usually they are like cuckoo birds. They sing sometimes, usually in order to hide their appearance. They just wanted to hide their presence. They always keep quiet. They never sing much. Along come a pair of drongus. Along come a pair of drongus. This is also a kind of bird. This is also a songbird. A songbird with a stout bill. The mouth part of this drongus are really much stout. Usually The beaks of the birds are very slender or sleek in nature, very thin indeed. But this particular bird's beaks are very strong and they are stout. Stout means little plumpy, much grown, we can say. Drongos are unnecessarily aggressive. What kind of birds are these? These are not calm birds like mini birds. Mini birds are brightly colored, but they usually keep themselves so quiet. They are also songbirds, but they won't sing much. Why? They wanted to hide their presence much. They just wanted to hide their presence. That's the reason they never sing much. Though these birds are songbirds, they never cry. But when it comes to drongos, those are very aggressive birds, chasing the mini birds away. What do? They start chasing mini birds. So, what is the enemy or foe of mini birds? Drongos. Drongos are the enemies of mini birds because they always chase them. A tree creeper moves rapidly up the trunk of oak tree, snapping up insects all the way. Now that the rains are here, there is no breath or food for the insectivorous birds. A tree creeper moves rapidly. Okay, especially the creepers are moving around the trees. A tree creeper moves rapidly up the trunk of the oak tree. Oak trees are usually covered with these creepers. I just told you, climbers and creepers. Creepers, okay, according to the ground level, okay, to the surface of the ground, these creepers can move and grow. But whereas climbers always needs a support to grow up. But here when it comes to creepers, they usually grow along the ground. Okay, but here whenever there is an oak tree, usually these creepers move rapidly up the trunk, snapping up insects all the way. What do? They completely snap up. They will completely cover the insects which are lying in the oak tree's bark. The bark of an oak tree consisting certain kinds of insects. But they never let the insects come out of those bark, and the bark is completely covered with creepers because creepers always rapidly moving upwards of a tree. Now that the rains are here and there is no breath of food for the insectivorous birds. Certain insectivorous birds cannot get the food because the food of them is lying in the bark of oak tree. Now the oak trees are consisting the creepers which are just growing around the trunk of a tree. Okay, and this is what had happened on June 27. Let us come to August 2nd. What had happened on August 2nd? All night the rain has been drumming on the corrugated tin roof. As I said just before, when we get into this lesson, I think I need to discuss this one. All night the rain has been drumming. What does it mean by rain drumming? Is the rain really drums? It means the way the drops of rain which is touching the hard surface of the tin sheets. You know, tin is a kind of metal. The metallic sheets which are covered on the house was touching the raindrops. Whenever the raindrops are touching the tin sheets, the corrugated tin sheets. What does it mean by corrugated? Corrugated in the sense the metallic sheets have got rust, the rusty tin sheets. So whenever these rusty tin sheets are receiving the drops of the rain, it started giving the sound of drumming. Okay, and there has been no storm, no thunder, just a steady swish of a tropical downpour. There will be no storm, there is no thunders. No thunders and no storm occur only in the light rain there is a swishing. Swish is a kind of slow moment of the water. Okay, the slow movement, gush, swish. It is the flow of water. Actually, we will be saying this swish. Just the steady swish of a tropical downpour. It is just a tropical downpour, and it was just happening. And it helps me to awake. What does it do? It makes the other Ruskin bond awake. Morning, nobody will wake him up. Okay, he gets up early in the morning because of this downpour or because of this swish of a tropical downpour. At the same time, it doesn't keep me from sleeping. Sometimes this downpour is not letting Ruskin bond to get good sleep. So sometimes his sleep is getting disturbed because of this swish of the tropical downpour. It is a good sound to read by the rain outside. It is a good sound to read by the rain outside. Whenever there is rain outside, I feel that it is such a pleasant sound or a good sound. The quiet within, and although the roofs are given to springing uncountable leaks, there is a feeling of being untouched by and yet in touch with the rain. Actually, the house in which Ruskin Bond was living, okay, that house is covered with a tin, corrugated tin roof. So that roof has got certain leaks here and there. He wanted to keep himself away from the rain, but every now and then one or two drops are touching his body. It always keeps him in touch with the rain. Although the tin roofs are given to springing, untouchable, unaccountable leaks. Too many leaks are there to the corrugated tin. I said now corrugated means the rusty tin roof has got some holes. Through those holes, those leaks, the water is leaking. There is a feeling of being untouched by and yet in touch. He doesn't like to be in touch with the water, but he sometimes gets touched by the rain because this downpour is also making him disturbed by getting the leaves to his corrugated tin roof. So 2 days or 2 pages of Ruskin Bond, 4 pages of his Ruskin Bond's diary we have already read. 24th of June, 25th of June, and June 27th we read, and August 2nd also we have completed. August 3rd we will be continued tomorrow. Thank you, children. I need to say it after tomorrow. I request everyone to read this lesson carefully and try to write the vocabulary and practice more than 3 times. Thank you, children.